Well, hello, channel news. What's been happening with Mike? I'm still having problems with my hand. It's moved up into my arm, into my tricep actually, and also into my back at my shoulder blade. So we think it might be related to carpal tunnel. In fact, if I pinch the wrist, I can feel it in my back. And basically it's because of the lining, lining. Carpal tunnel is basically there's a wear down of the lining of the nerves within the wrist if you use your hand too much for typing and things like that, if you're doing it at a weird angle. So I need to get that checked, but before I can do that I need to prove to the Ontario health insurance people that I have been in the country for more than 153 days and therefore can go and get free medical care. So I need to go do that. I meant to do it yesterday, but I felt so bad. My back was just so terrible yesterday. I spent most of the day actually lying in bed. Reading, but still kind of out of action. Now I've been having this problem. It's gotten really bad in the last 2 weeks or so, so that's why I haven't been doing videos. Basically, it actually physically hurts me to be sat in this chair for longer than a couple of hours. So that's what's going on. What else has been going on? I did a live interview yesterday on the Northwatch, which is a site run by, well, there's one guy in Kitchener, or rather I think he's in Waterloo, I don't know where he's living, called Trevor. Now, Trevor and I have gone out a few times, had a few drinks, met some of his friends. He's actually a very cool guy. He, however, seems to have gone missing in action. So if you're out there, Trevor, just get in touch with someone. Get in touch with me. You know, we don't care. I certainly don't care what is happening with your life. Just want to make sure you're okay. So please get in touch. Now, so I did an interview yesterday on the Northwatch, which is it should have been Trevor giving the interview, but instead it was another couple of guys. But anyway. But I was talking about all kinds of things. Now, I've included a link to the Northwatch website. I'll also include a link to their YouTube page because more than likely they'll slice and dice my interview up and put some videos up about what I was talking about. Now, yesterday I was talking about the economy and what's happening, the possibility for the US dollar collapse, what Reinhardt has to say about it, etc. What date Reinhardt has picked for the beginning of the currency debasement, and so forth. So it's an interesting interview, and I rambled on for 2 hours. I couldn't believe it. But anyway, there's also some stuff in there about what's been happening in my little spiritual search. Well, I'm calling it spiritual search, but it isn't. It's basically I'm looking at the science behind a lot of the paranormal activities that people are discovering, stumbling into, and what's actually happening around the science behind it, and whether science is actually beginning to look at these things. And finally, what else has been happening? Right, you'll notice on the wall behind me, I now own 2 swords. They're not sharpened. They were sent from a viewer in the States. Thank you very much. Yeah, I've already thanked you in person, or rather in chat. But yeah, I really like them. So this is a reproduction of a French rapier, I believe it's pronounced, with a nice cup. The handle and the guard is really, really nice. The guard is actually a little carving of a soldier, or swordsman, I guess, yep. And the top of the handle has a number of fleur-de-lis on there, and some musketeers on top. It's quite a nice little sword. And it's not heavy. It's, I'd say, about 3 pounds, maybe 3.5, 4 pounds, something like that. And it's not sharpened, which is good because I'd probably cut myself. But it is strong enough. I was playing around with the box that it came shipped in and decided to go stab it a bit. And I was lunging at it. I had it leaned up against the kitchen cabinets in the kitchen. And unfortunately for me, it went right through the box and into one of the drawers on the kitchen cabinets. So there's a bit of a hole there. So I hope my landlord's not watching because she may not be too impressed. Although they came in and they clean here every week, and they were absolutely amazed. They thought it was a fantastic thing. So there you go. I think it's great too. And I'll get the other one down. Now the other sword is slightly bigger and heavier. It's a lot heavier actually. It's the blade itself, I guess, is about 2 inches wide here at the top, and goes down to about 1.5 inches at the end. Again, it's not sharpened, but this thing weighs so much. It's about 10 pounds. I really don't want to hit anything with it. unless I have to. And of course, the handle is quite remarkable. This is a Archangel Michael sword, is what they're calling it, and it's a medieval sword. And the handle is pretty substantial. It's all metal, and some really nice carvings on there. Let me get one of them in there. So we got a swordsman, an archer there. We have an angel on top, and we have some peasants on the bottom, so protecting the peasants. And this is really heavy. I wouldn't want to hit anything with it, unless I had to. So, that's what's been happening with Mike. For those of you out there that are interested in those kind of things, that's what's going on. And I wanted to show people this sword, because I've been mentioning it in ebony, the two swords in ebony. So I'm going to mention that I've made a video so they can come and see what these things look like, because this is a pretty impressive piece of weaponry. Of course, the next thing I have to do is learn how to ride a horse, apparently. There we go. And I'll talk to you all later. Bye. This will go down the back. Okay, actually. Yeah, I have a little sheath down the back. Oh, one other thing I forgot to mention was one of the other things I bumped into this weekend while looking around for this the science behind some of the stuff that's going on in my life. Bumped into an article from Discover magazine, which is a science sort of, popular science magazine, journal sort of thing. Roger Penrose says physics is wrong from string theory to quantum mechanics. And essentially going on to say that physics really can't explain how consciousness works and how the brain actually works. And we'll see where it goes. Oh, one other thing before I go and record the news video. Apparently this week I was asked my opinion on Gordon Brown and the expenses claims that have been going on in the UK. I recorded a short piece which turned up on Russian television. Yes, indeed, Mike Radman, it's not my real name, but it's close enough for government work, and indeed it is government work, appeared on, was it Canal Vizda? Canal Vizda, I believe is the pronunciation, which is a television station run by the Ministry of Defense of Russia. So I'm going to include a link here to the video, so you can all see what I looked like when I was voiced over in Russian. It was kind of interesting. Anyway, I'll talk to you all later. I'll do a news video. Bye.